Hey, Dr. Dan here, and I'm guiding students to be smart about higher education and live a life that matters. So this week's session is going to be about having the right attitude no matter what is in front of you, even despite some unpleasant things. So a little story I have is I went on a dental mission trip to the country of Colombia, and then we were in this remote village, and they basically had 5 wooden chairs, no nice office or anything, just in this concrete floor, kind of dirty room, and 5 chairs lined up with 5 little kids in there and dentists pulling teeth. And I was the sweeper. I'm a doctor, but I'm not a medical doctor or a dentist. So I was the sweeper. I was the grunt, and I'm just sweeping up all these teeth. And these little kids, what amazed me is there was a door in the other corner of the room, and there were kids peering in, and they're just looking in, and they're all excited. They've got this look of great anticipation on their minds, not fear, like you would normally see in most dental offices. So they got this great look on them. One chair would open up, and a kid would run in, jump in the chair, and open his mouth like this wide and be smiling. And I kind of wondered, well, what in the world would cause that to happen? Well, I thought about it, and when you're in a remote village, they don't have access to dental care. And even if there probably is access, it's probably far away, and or it's very expensive that they can't afford. So this was an opportunity for them to get relief from excessive pain that they've been in. And so I share that story that they're happy to go to the dentist. The dentist to them was a savior. It was a relief from excessive pain they might have been dealing with for weeks, for maybe months, with an abscessed tooth. And there was this tooth that was just aching and hurting. And so today I am getting a tooth extraction. Now, I've had root canals. Those aren't fun, but today is going to be a tooth extraction. So we're going to try to give you and you just kind of wonder, how can you turn this around? And good questions to ask is, I think back to these little kids and saying, okay, I have access, I have the privilege of going and getting my pain on my tooth addressed immediately. Whereas these little kids, they had this good chance, this little window of opportunity where these people came in and they had the opportunity to get treated. So, but I can go and get treated as I want. And so this is a great privilege that I have. So the questions to ask are, how can I want to be thankful. You know, how can I be appreciative for this opportunity and change my attitude in it? What good can come out of this? What can I learn from this? I can learn a lot about myself, about what makes me afraid, what I can decide to not be afraid of and let fear overwhelm me. I can say, this is good. I've done my research. I happen to have my friend who is a oral surgeon that is going to perform the extraction. And so I have confidence that he's good at what he does. And so those are all things I've added up the knowledge, and I'm going to do to get the tooth extracted. And this is before, and I'm hoping to learn. I'm hoping it's a good procedure. There's no complications, but we'll see what comes out on the back end. So here we are at the entrance and getting ready to just go in and be thankful for this procedure and that I have this opportunity to get my tooth extracted in a nice, clean office and with a professional that will do it and hopefully do a good job, and I'm sure my buddy will. And here I'm in the chair and getting ready for the big extraction. So my blood pressure was 147/77, so I guess I'm a little nervous, and just hoping and praying everything goes well. So we'll see what happens from here. So just had 3 shots. So it's that left side of my mouth is all numb, and my throat is real funny swallowing. So that's the play-by-play. Next one, tooth extraction, and ready to roll. Okay, I'm officially out of the doctor's office with a big piece of gauze and 3 shots in my mouth. so it's kind of numb. As you can see, my one side of my face is drooping there, but all went well. So I got to chalk another one up to experience of a tooth extraction, my first tooth extraction, and so the next phase will be when the anesthetic wears off. So we'll check in on that time. But everything's so far so good. My buddy, as expected, did an excellent job and pulled the tooth out. Didn't have any complications, and so all is good at this point. Well, it's about 8 hours after the extraction, the procedure. Still doing good. Still doing good. All right, so it's a day and a half removed from my tooth extraction yesterday. Everything's good. The tooth feels, it's a little sore, the teeth around there, and the gums are still sore, a little bit of bleeding, but overall, success. Now, the other part of the issue is, on my way back home, on my drive back home today, I'm chewing, and my crown from the exact opposite side of my mouth falls out. So now I got two big gaps in my mouth. So what can I learn from this? What good can come out of this? Well, I called up my prostodontist, get all his names mixed up, but and they were able to get me in tomorrow at 8 o'clock to just glue this crown in. So again, I choose to look at the good aspect of this. Is it a pain that I can't chew? I had to drink my meal today, soup and my Malarski elixir, where I, put in all the veggies and everything and make a Vitamix or drink. But am I blessed to have a dentist that I can call up the next day and get an appointment to get this fixed? That's just such a fortunate thing that we have. So I choose to look on those good sides of things. And I always think back to those little kids in Colombia where they were excited, and I'm excited to have that opportunity. I'm not excited to have a big gap like the Grand Canyon in the back of my mouth, but I am excited that I can get this worked on and not have to deal with this. So I want us all to be thinking in those terms, no matter what the circumstance is. And I don't want to minimize anybody else's pain or sorrow or problems. But there's always people that we can look to, rely on, that have gotten through something that we're going through. You just got to look around. They're everywhere. A lot of pain out there, a lot of people that have suffered great pain and have gotten through this with, not that they won't ever have a scar, but they have an outlook that enables them to move on with their life and not constantly be living in that horror. So I want you to be thinking of that, whether it's academics or whether it's a problem in your life with relationships or the loss of a loved one or some health problems. So keep up the positive outlook. Ask those questions. What good can come out of this? What can I learn from this? How can I be thankful and give gratitude for the things that have worked out and that are in my favor? So those are things to focus on. So if this video was helpful to you, please forward it, like it. Put your comments down there. What crisis and tough things are you going through? And how have you been able to cope? And take those things and maybe turn around to a positive, or at least help you cope in a better way. Because there's many people that are still looking for answers and questions, and we want to be sensitive to them too. So please leave your comments and just continue plugging on. So this is Dr. Dan. Know where you're going with your life. Become the person you were destined to be and make a difference in the world.